words. Give me 1 second. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, the last Thursday of April. I'm Miguel. Let's do some Coreburn. Thanks for coming through to Earth Treks. Facebook Live for the workout. I am posting the exercise list. We're going to keep the movements list short today, but we are going to focus on a little bit of power through some speed. And we will continue what we've been working on in the last 3 weeks, last 3 Thursdays with me. Awareness, intention about how we move, and making sure you continue to push yourselves to that line that you can do. You can work at the level that challenges you and take breaks when you need it and push yourself when you are able to, right? So the list of exercises today is pelvic tilts. We're going to do 5-second holds for 5 times. 5-second hold 5 times. We're going to do some flutter kicks. Our feet are just going to go like that. We'll use that pelvic tilt in that flutter kick. Those flutter kicks will be small moving, and we'll go through a progression of speed. So faster and then bigger. From there, we'll go into some around the world planks. So we'll hold plank. We'll raise one limb for a couple seconds, raise the other limb, and then the legs are included in that. We're going to go clockwise, counterclockwise. And instead of interval of time, we will instead do 3 cycles in each direction, clockwise, counterclockwise, to try to approximate that 15 or that 50-second worth of work. We're going to go into mountain climbers. We're going to push real hard on those mountain climbers, keeping a nice flat back as best as we can, bringing those knees in, drive power like you're trying to get yourself in the face with your knee. From there, we're going to go into a reverse plank. This one's going to be new, so I'll take a little bit of time to work some nuance in that, make sure that you don't hurt yourselves. And we'll do a V-up to close out the first half. From there, we'll go into some isometric abdominal contractions, reminding us again how to create nice, good tension in the center of our body as we work through. We should make sure we are engaging our core, engaging nice and tight through every movement we work towards. In the last section, or the second half, we're going to do some side planks, and we're going to add a leg component. So not only are we going to hold that side plank, we're also going to bring our knee up like we're running, but holding that static position on the floor. We'll show you what that looks like. We're going to go into some heel touches or some penguins. So basically some flat back side plank. You can change this for more resistance by going into a kneeling position and using the traditional side bend with the resistance, of course, and making sure you are going to as much or through as much end range movement as possible. From there, we're going to go into a nice and simple 2-minute plank, working on a little bit of endurance, working on a little bit of drive to build tension through the core, through a flat back, and a little bit of engagement in the shoulders. We're going to twist, starting very slowly, building up, and using as much of our rotational capacity as possible. And then we're going to finish with a kneeling arm raise. And I'll explain as we go through that why I'm including a traditionally shoulder movement in a core exercise. And we'll show you how to get a little bit of core out of that. You don't need anything out of the, you don't need anything except your mat, something on the floor. If you have a hard surface, a weight may be useful for you if you need to create extra resistance. Otherwise, some water will be handy during the break. And more than that, you should have, if possible, a fan blowing on you to circulate some air so you're not just sitting and stewing in the elevated body temperature around you. And my favorite thing when I work out is music. Have some good music playing. I haven't done that in the few weeks I've been hosting these, but I got some running right now. If you want to listen along to what I'm listening to, and if you got Spotify, it's Pop Workout 2020. I just want some nice upbeat, fun things to listen to. Just a beat. The thing I'm looking for is a beat to kind of keep me moving. Okay? So, if you got all that stuff, let's head to the mat. Hat goes backwards because it's business time. It's not in the way. And my face is more visible. Hopefully you can hear me. Let's get started. So, to the mats. From my buddy Farjad, pink socks, hashtag pink socks. I hope that you have your pink socks on or something pink today. So, let's begin. Pelvic tilts on your backs, please. 50 seconds on the clock for after. We are going to do 5 sets of 5-second holds. So, right through here, you're going to engage tightly through your core as you push the upper parts of your pelvis down into the floor. It's going to look like that. You're going to hold for 5 seconds and you're going to release. Maximize that so I can see myself. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. 5-second hold, 5 times with pelvic tilt. Engage, push that low back nice and tight into the floor. That's 5 seconds. Really easy. Take a couple seconds for yourself. Let's do that again. Engage down, tilt through here. Right through there. That's 5 seconds. It's really easy, but I want you to pay attention again how well you are trying to push those hips down. Maybe that low back is a different cue that might work for you. Push that low back down into the floor. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, my counting's on point today. One more time. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're engaging your core. At the same time, those two are not, we'll do one more. Those two are not systems that work necessarily together. You control one, you should be able to control the other. From there, we're going to set our timer to 50 seconds. We're going to go into around the world planks. So, sorry, in the way. We're going to go into, I like to do these in high plank. It helps me keep a better square position. I don't know how to position myself. So, square back, no sinking. You're not trying to stick your butt out. You're trying to engage that core and keep a nice flat back. So from here, 3 counterclockwise, 3 clockwise, arm up, hold for 2 seconds, or a breath, however you need to challenge yourself. You're going to switch to the other limb. Same count. You're going to go extend to the other leg. If you want to go out all the way, that's great. Otherwise, just lifting it off the ground is fine. And then switch to the other side. 3 times clockwise, 3 times counter or anti-clockwise, depending on where you grew up. With a breath, I'm going to do a 2-second hold in between each, and I'm going to wing it. Okay, so here we go. Engage that pelvic tilt nice and tight. Hopefully you saw what happened right up in there. We're going to go right arm up. So this is the easy version of around the world. If you want it more challenging, we'll actually go into plank. Right? I'm going to start here just to make sure we can show everyone else what we need to be doing through these positions. The same is true though, pelvic tilt. You need to pelvic tilt in plank. Make sure your eyes face down. Keep a nice neutral and relaxed spine. Bring that leg out. 1 and 2. Every time I lift a limb, all the other limbs should get or feel a little bit more pressure. They should stabilize your weight because you've lost that contact point. It's just like in climbing. Here we go again. This side. Halfway through here, I'm going to switch into the plank so we can catch the other half of these. So right, left, right, and then we're gonna go into plank. So I plank, nice tight core. You see that? We'll tuck it in. 1, 2. Switch. 1, 2. Don't cheat yourself. Stay with it. 1, 2. Always trying to make straight lines with my body as best as I can. 1 and 2. Bring that back down. That's 3. I'm going to do one more, or the other direction, sorry. So still in plank. We're going to go leg. I just picked this one arbitrarily. I could have started with my arms. Right, left, right this time. And then out. Our tendency might be to rotate and accommodate that body position. That's okay if you're doing it for the first time or if you're trying to figure out what your body likes to do. However, if you've been doing these for a while and you're still doing these or, not staying flat, build your shoulders up a little bit more. Do a little bit of resistance training. Do some push-ups. Keep your elbows close. Build in that strength to your workouts. Your workouts are never in isolation from other things. Doing core, we should have strong shoulders. We should have strong legs. Everything works as a unit. I needed a break for my wrists. Everything works as a unit, so don't think that I'll be okay with working these. Everything works together if you work it together. One more, leg. Sorry, let's do these. Leg, 2, other side leg, keeping that pelvic tilt. 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. My shoulders are tired. Hopefully yours are too, because we are going to overload it a little bit longer. We're going to go into those mountain climbers. 50 seconds here. So progressively, increase speed. Don't lose control. If you find that increasing your speed causes you to lose control, slow it down. Don't redline on these, okay? So mountain climbers, you can start high plank or low plank. High plank makes it easier. To make it more challenging, you can start closer and then come back into that shortened position. Whatever works for you. I'm going to stay wide, build into something slow. So 1, 2. We're working for 50 seconds here, so I'm building them up. I'm progressing because we've only done pretty static things so far, but I'm going to build into that. So by 30 seconds, I'm going to start going faster. Notice that my hips are moving, but they're not completely losing position. It's not going up like this. Breathing is key here. It's hard to breathe and talk, but notice my hips are relatively close. I'm engaging nice and tight. You should too. Breathe. Almost there. All right, there you go. So use that position of start. Little shortened stance can make it more challenging. Come back to that shortened stance position to stay in a challenged reference point. If not, extend outwards. Make yourself nice and long. Hold that plank nice and tight through those hips. Bring those knees up. Nice and easy. We don't just go for a dead sprint. We build up into a little bit and then go. Especially since we started with static movements, I encourage you to do the same. Reverse plank. Gotta take my watch off for this. So, reverse plank. You're just gonna come up, put your hands close to your hips. It's like thumb width distance, somewhere about there, and then the same distance from my body and behind my body. So, nice straight legs. I'm going to try as best as I can to bring my hips up. I need to make sure my heels are nice and engaged down in the floor. My socks are falling off, but open up your shoulders a little bit. If this bothers you, don't go up all the way. Just create tension through your core. Be nice to your shoulders on this one. We did a whole lot just now in our shoulders. If you can't do it, that's okay. Just go into a hold like that. We can accomplish something similar without overworking the shoulders. But here with me right now, 50 seconds on the clock, we're gonna come up into that position. Feet and shoulders up. Try to make a straight line. And again, if your shoulders don't like this, don't do it. Find some way around it, which means find another movement that you can tax the lower abs and the upper abs. Nice, tight core. Open up my shoulders, hips up. This overloads the triceps, but it forces a lot of tension through the core. 10 seconds. If you can't hold that whole 50 or it bothers you, take a break. Quick timeout, pause your clock, come back up into it. I took like a 6-second break, so I will take 6 more seconds for me. Nice tight toes, nice tight hamstrings, up through the legs, tension up through the body, opening up my shoulders, taking those breaths. Core's working to hold those hips high. That's why that's a core movement. Again, I think it was last week I said there's no bad movement. Coach K Fitness and I talked about that. There's no bad movement as long as you understand why you're doing it. So as long as you understand why you're doing that reverse plank, what your objective is, that means you can do the movement for you. Lastly, V-ups. So for V-ups, legs go up, our hands come up to meet our toes. Those look like this. Up. If you can't touch your toes, touch your shins, your knees, the top of your legs, whatever you can do. But get those shoulders off the ground to reach down your chain. Okay? So here, that's the step breakdown. Otherwise, it's together. I hope you're ready. We're gonna do that for 50 seconds, but you get a water break immediately after. Have that water handy. 50 seconds on the clock. Here we go. For V-ups. As best you can, keep those legs straight. I have inflexible hamstrings. I'm working on it, but I'm reaching for my toes, trying to keep my legs as straight as possible. My middle abs are already crying. That's okay. Take a tiny break. Build up into it. Not straight. It's okay. I'm trying. I hope you are too. Bring awareness to it. Keep trying. 8 seconds. Ah. 2 more. Okay. There you go. Water. Everyone get water. Even if you don't need it. Just breathe. Just drink some water. Well, also breathe, but water's good for you. We need that. I hope you're out of breath. I hope so far you are challenged. The second half, side plank, knee drive, heel touch, or penguins, 2-minute plank, twist, kneeling flexion. Bring that heart rate down a little bit. Take a couple breaths. Take a moment to appreciate the pink happening today. It's a nice way to brighten up the gray day outside. Although it's pretty nice to watch the rain fall today. So isometric ab contraction. If you're ready to go, we're going to go back into that first position from pelvic tilt. So instead of rotating our hips down, we are going to create tension right through the core. We're going to squeeze nice and tight right through here. that reminds us how to hold that position. They may not be useful in the next 5 movements, but they are definitely useful as you work on core. You don't have to over-engage, but be mindful that those muscles are working to support you. Yeah? So, nice squeeze. Good tight tension here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little slow, trying to build it up. Take a deep breath. And go. Tight tension. You're not pelvic tilting. Hopefully you figured out the pelvic tilt. You're just squeezing nice and tight. Release. You should also have your head relaxed to the floor. I'm trying to keep my head up so I can talk to you. Again, nice and tight. Not pelvic tilting, just squeezing, just flexing your abs. You're pushing against that belly button. At 3. Let's go for 2 more. Squeeze. Nice tension right up on top of the abs. You're pushing out against your belly button. You're pushing out against your belly button. 1 more. And you are breathing at the same time. Diaphragm works, core stays tight. Movement, lungs expand, this stays tight. Last one. Tension. Breathe. Tension. Breathing. Okay? So, those are our isometric abdominal contractions. We're going to go into side planks with knee drives. So this is really good. I learned this a few years ago from a running gait specialist, but you could have learned it anywhere. We're going to go into side plank. We're going to bring those knees up. We want to keep this thigh close and in line with our shoulder. It shouldn't drop upwards, and it shouldn't be open, okay? So, 50 seconds on the clock. If you can't hold for 50 seconds, that's cool. No big deal. Stop, take a time out, get your breath, get water if you need to, get back into the movement, finish that set, okay? You can do it. And if you can't do it now, you'll build up into it. So, you're gonna go into side plank. Elbow underneath the shoulder, as best or as close as you can. You're gonna bring that knee up. You're gonna come back out. Knee comes up and back out. This mimics the position of running. And notice that I've already started to sag. So reassess your position, bring it up. You should feel like you're pushing upwards from this bottom hip as you bring that knee up. I'm gonna show you that I'm not rotating my body, so I wanna keep a straight line. This is very challenging for me. It may not be challenging for you to put your arm up, but I want to show you I'm trying to stay square. 10 seconds left. Keep working hard. Up. Re-engage. Finish out. We need to switch sides. Let's rotate. Stay with me. You're doing great. Breaths. Get that heart rate back into a functional range. When your heart rate goes too hard, we tend to underperform. Recover some of that breath. It doesn't have to come back to recovery. Timer's on. Over time, you'll develop that capacity for all these muscle movements as long as you practice them with good form. Great intention builds much better than just trying to bang it out. Move quickly, finish quickly. Most of us are not built for that. We should be kind to ourselves. We're trying. We're opening a video. We're doing our workout. We're putting our mat out, getting our sweat on. Why not? Give ourselves a little bit of kindness. Keep working. Squeeze nice and tight. Bring that hip up. Ooh, lost my balance. A few more seconds, couple more. And that's that. Water, because I'm sweating. My fan's not on. I got a whole bunch of lights on me. Maybe I'm glistening. We're gonna go into heel touch and penguin. We're gonna also work 50 seconds for the whole movement. So back into this hook line position. So 50 seconds on the clock. We're going to reach for the middle. Reach for the middle. Okay? Here we go. Reaching, reaching. Reaching, reaching. Sorry about that zing. I guess I got mail. You gotten any good mail recently? By the way, hello to everyone participating. They really want me over there. 20 seconds. Keep moving. Keep going as far as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Reach, reach, reach. Pivoting off your low back. 5 seconds. Obliques should be firing. These should be on fire. 2 more for me. Rotate through. All right. 2-minute plank. On the clock. We are going to plank. So here we go. Into plank. Engage nice and tight. Square. I want to plank off my elbows here because I don't want to overwork my shoulders. Again, if your intention is to do a little bit more shoulder work, then please, by all means, do a little bit more shoulder work. Engage down into that pelvis and keep it nice and tight. Keep breathing. The hard part about this, or any endurance movement, is we always feel like, or we might feel like, that it takes too long, or that it's too much of a hold. But by the time you look down at your timer, you're halfway done. You only have 5 more seconds. But if you need a break, again, take a break, okay? Maybe we haven't been practicing that movement. We haven't engaged those muscles as much lately. It's okay, come right back in as soon as you can. Pelvic tilt, reset your body. Square your body up. Notice my knees are like this. I'm trying to create better tension. Tension in my quads, in my hamstrings, in my glutes. And you can too. You should too, as long as you can. Make that effort for yourself. Thanks for being here. If you need to, go ahead. Go ahead up into that plank, that high plank. Whatever you got to do to hold that plank. My shoulders are really tired. I wonder how you all feel right now. 20 seconds. Tired from that. Come back in here. I can hold this for 20 seconds. Slow down or stop. Just never quit. You got it. 2 minutes. You did it. From there, we're going to go into some twists. And here I want to show you that twist progression, okay? We're going to start a little bit slower. We're going to build up that pace until you find your top limit where you are deciding, do I keep going faster or am I just starting to go through the motions? Always stay in control unless your intention is just to get 100, but recognize, why am I aiming for 100? Why is that number happening? 50 seconds on the clock. Nice and controlled. We're just working through that range of motion. So every 5 or 10 seconds, I'm going to increase my pace. That's 10 seconds. So increasing my pace, my feet are hovering off the ground. Touching the floor, not bouncing. 10 more seconds, new phase. Going more. 23, 22, 21, faster still. If you can, if you need another level. 10 more seconds. Here we go. Breathe. Keep moving. Even if it's not fast, just keep moving, right? One more thing here. Kneeling flexion. So if you got that water bottle, if you got a weight handy, now's the time. If you don't have one, it's okay. What you need to do though is maybe if you have a t-shirt or a towel, roll that up and create tension. It's okay, you don't need to see my face. I want you to put that weight or that tension at shoulder height. So if you're holding a towel, I want you to create resistance. I want you to try to rip that towel apart, that t-shirt apart. I want you to make tension there. You should feel that in your arms and up here. If you're holding your weight, I want you to engage nice and tight. Be very, very intentional about this. I want you to tuck your toes under behind you, and I want you to push your hips forward, okay? I don't want you to simply push, so I misspoke already. I want you to pelvic tilt forward. Pelvic tilt, as opposed to just pushing your hips forward. I want you to pelvic tilt forward so that you create a straight back here. So with my bottle, my weight, toes tucked under, pelvic tilting. I'm going to raise up shoulder height, nice and controlled. I'm going to lower it. As you lower it, because this probably isn't as heavy as the work is required for you to engage your core, control up. That means our core is working, especially as we hold that pelvic tilt. Okay? Timer's on. Show you with the towel. I'm pulling against that towel. I'm holding resistance. Coming back down. Away. My hips. I'm pelvic tilting. Controlling downwards. 30 seconds. And then up again. Core is tight. Toes are tucked under. Nice, straight lumbar spine. What's your favorite workout music? And that's it. Nice and short. I went over last time. Try to keep it right at 30 minutes today. Happy April. Welcome to May. Hang in there, everybody. You're doing good. Keep the faith. It's going to be over soon. Keep working on something, even in little chunks. That's what matters. Thank you for coming to work out with us today. Thank you for being part of our community. And thank you for doing your part. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. What's up, friends? Wave, wave, wave. Hello, hello to France. Hello to Maryland. What's up, Miles? Hello, everybody. Any questions? How's it going?